Join me and we will begin. Welcome. Glad you could be here. So today our practice is about core, strengthening and stretching core. Really important to keep it all working. So we begin with turn around, come down, and check in. So that's where we are. Turn around, come down, and check in. Come on to the back. Let the hands rest on the belly. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, and we're checking in with the breath. Feeling expansion on the in-breath, feeling the softening on the exhale breath. Here's just our normal breath pattern. The belly expands because the diaphragm moves down. And on the exhale, the diaphragm moves up and the belly softens. So today's practice, we'll be working with core and working with breath. So let's just feel this normal breath right now. Expansion and release. Expansion and release. Now on the next exhale, pull the belly in, press the back to the floor, feel the contraction under the fingers, and release. Expand. And again, pull the belly in, press the back to the floor, squeeze out the breath, feel the contraction under the fingers, and then expand. Inhale. So we're just playing with the breath a little bit. Our next breath will be exhale, press the back to the floor, pause, feel it in the core, and release. Inhale, breath. And again, press the back to the floor, pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out, pause, feel it in the core. 1, 2, and expand. So that's going to be our work with the breath. But of course, we always warm up and warm into the body. And so I say, go ahead and release arms. I say, check in. Come home to the body and discover what's going on this day, any discomfort to take care of. You're the only one who can feel it. You're the only one who can take care. Trusting your body to know what's enough, what's too much. And so that is our personal check-in. And then because we're working with core, I'd like to continue to explore a little bit, bring the hands onto the belly. Feel the belly is relaxed. So I have my finger touching thumb and expand that whole length called rectus abdominis from the pubic bone to the breastbone. One long, strong one. So we feel it expand on the inhale, soften on the exhale. Now lift the head and feel the contraction under the fingers. That whole core muscle is contracted. Bring the head down, feel it soften. Once more, bring the head up, feel the contraction in the core. Bring the head down, feel it soften. And have a breath. Now extend one leg. Feel the belly is relaxed. Lift the leg, feel the contraction of the core. Release the leg, bring it down, feel the core relax. Lift the leg, feel contract in the core. Bring it down, feel core relax. So bring the foot back. These are the muscles we're working with. And so we've explored a lot of contraction, but we also need to explore the stretch. So release the arms and bring a few. Inhale overhead, exhale back down. When the arms are overhead, the core is stretched. When we bring the arms down, just relaxed. Core is stretched, arms overhead. Pause, feel that stretch, and bring it down. Arms overhead, core is stretched. And bring it down. Arms overhead, core is stretched. Stay and feel that stretch. And now bring it down, press the waist to the ground, squeeze out the breath. Feel that and release and have a breath. So now we'll bring stretch into the low back, continuing our warm up. We hug up the knees and circle the knees and just bring massage into low back. Increasing circulation, releasing tension, low back. Increasing circulation, changing the size of the circles. increasing circulation, warming up the muscle, increasing elasticity. Let's pause and hug it in, and then release the feet, arms open wide, knees side to side. So now we're working the muscle called transverse abdominis. In a way, we're kind of wringing out rectus abdominis and stretching transverse. Here's transverse going like this. So wringing out rectus abdominis, stretching transverse abdominis, side to side. Just waking up, warming up, bringing movement with breath. It's exhale into the twist, inhale back. Feeling transverse abdominis stretch on the top side, rectus abdominis wringing out. Next time, center, come to a rest, have a breath. Now, once more, we will explore core. So we're going to come into bridge and roll down slowly. Roll down slowly. So let's bring the hands once more to the core. Press the feet, lift up, come down one vertebra at a time, upper to middle to lower. Feel the contraction under the fingers as you come down. When you're down, take a breath and press up once more. Come down, feel the contraction of the core high, high to middle, middle to low, and down to rest. Have a breath. Go ahead and release the arms. Now we're going to rotate up. So press the waist, tuck the tailbone up, roll up through the waist, roll up through the core, roll all the way up. And when you're up, there's no more sensation. Roll down slowly, contracting core, high, high to middle, middle to low, contracting as you go. Come down, have a breath. Have a breath here. So we have brought in our basic warm-up for the body and discovering the work with the core. Now we'll come over onto hands and knees and continue our warm-up. Chakravakasana. So come on to hands and knees. Leave the breath free. And we say pull the belly in, drop the elbows wide, move on back, hips toward the heels, and on the return it's arching. So there's a slight stretch to the core on the lift, and there's a contraction to the core on the drop back. But just feel it with the breath passive. Feel the stretch on the lift. Feel the gentle contract on the release. We're much more aware of the sensation in the back, but today we're focusing on core. So let's pause here. And on the exhale, pull the belly in, strongly exhale back. Return. Pull the belly in, exhale back. Return. Now we'll exhale back, pause. So pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out, exhale back, pause, feel it. 1, 2, return, arching. Final time, exhale back, pause on empty, feel it. 1, 2, release, arching. Come back to rest. Now, we're going to come into angry cat, tucking chin, tucking tailbone, pressing hands down, pressing ribs up. We're usually focused on the back of the body, but come through to the core and feel that whole contraction. That's what's giving you the stretch. That contraction in the core. Feel it. And now release. Release and drop the hips back. Drop the hips back and bring the arms longer, wider. Here's stretch to the core. Drop the hips, lift the chest, stretching core, and press back. Breath soft, relaxed. When you're forward, it's stretching core, dropping the hips down, stretching through core, and then a gentle passive press back. Stretching core, this forward, passive breath on the exhale back. Now we'll add the active breath when we come back. So stretching core, pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out, feel it. Come forward, drop the hips, lift the chest, stretch the core. Pause, feel it. Pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out. Pause, feel it. One more. Stretch the core. Pause, feel it. Contract the core. Pause, feel it. And release. We're going to release, come back to Chakravakasana, come back to the breath, come back to gentle movement, breath free. We'll come to a rest. Come to a rest and come up to stand. Continuing our warm up. Drop into mountain. So the feet are comfortable distance apart. We relax the toes, unlock the knees. It's tailbone tuck for some. Extension crown. Shoulders up, back and down. Solid and steady. Strong and still the mountain. Feel it. Feel the breath. Solid, steady. Strong and still. Now release for our warm up. This is the forward bend, side stretch, Utkatasana chair with arm variations. And we will begin with normal pace, then we will contract core, and then we'll contract core, pause, feel it. So we'll pick it up as we go. Normal pace. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, down, stretching. Inhale, up. Exhale, side stretch. Come back. Other side stretch. Come back. Arms overhead. Drop down. Come back up. Exhale down. Stretch the legs. On the inhale, come up. And stretch the side. Come up. Stretch the other side. Come up. Arms overhead. Now we're going to drop down, come up, and release. Have a breath. So the next set, we'll bring the arms wide, and then we're going to contract core on the exhales. So let's feel that. Inhale, arms overhead. Contract the core coming down. Inhale, up. Contract the core to the side. And return. Contract the core. Return. Contract the core. Return. And again, down, stretch. On the inhale, come back up. Contract the core. Return. Contract the core. Return. Goalpost arms, contract the core. Come back up. Release the arms. The final two will be contract the core, pause on empty. Inhale, arms overhead. Contract the core, pause on empty. 1, 2. Come on up. To the side, contract the core, pause on empty. 1, 2. Come back up. Other side, contract the core, pause on empty. 1, 2. Come back up. Sweep the arms behind, contract the core, pause on empty. 1, 2. Come back up. Have a breath. Final set. Same. Contracting core, pause. 1, 2. Inhale, arms overhead. Contract the core, pause on empty. Feel it. 1, 2. Come back up. Contract the core, pause. 1, 2. Come back up. Contract the core, pause. 1, 2. Come back up. Sweep the arms behind. Contract the core, pause. 1, 2. Come back up and release and have a breath. We're done with that. Check in. Mountain again. Toes relax. Knees relax. Tailbone tuck for some. Extension crown. Shoulders up. Shoulders back. Shoulders down. Solid. Steady. Strong and still, and feel the breath. Reacting to all that work. Contracting core. Stretching core. So we're continuing with this theme. Contracting core and stretching core. Let's bring one foot forward. Other foot wide and back. Bring the hands behind, gripping somewhere along the wrist. Now, we're going to fold forward 2 times regular pace, 2 times contract core, final 2 contract core, pause on empty. In between each set, there's stretch. So let's start with the stretch. Lean back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, lean back. Exhale, fold. Come back to neutral. Have a breath. Now the next 2 will be contracting core on the fold. Lean back, stretch the core, contract core, fold. Inhale, lift up, lean back, stretch the core, contract the core on the fold. Inhale back, Exhale, release the breath. The final two will be exhale, pause on empty, 1, 2. We begin with stretch the core, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, lift up, lean back, stretch the core, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, lift up, lean back, stretch the core, and release. Now we'll come and stay in stretch. So let's find the alignment. Knee is bent, toes visible over the knee. Bring up the arms, bend the knee, feel that core stretch. It's a back bend. Keep the tailbone tucking, keep the core stretching. Final breath here and release. We'll change sides. Foot forward, foot wide and back. Hands behind. Back to our series, 2 repetitions, normal, 2 repetitions, contract core, final 2, contract core, pause on empty. So the hands are behind. We'll lean back and feel the stretch of the core. Exhale, fold. On the inhale, lift up, lean back, stretch the core. And on the exhale, fold. Come back up, release the breath, have a breath. Now we're contracting core on the fold. Lean back, stretch the core, contract the core, fold. Inhale up, lean back, stretch the core, contract the core, fold. Inhale back, exhale. The final 2, contract on fold, pause on empty, feel it, 1, 2. So we begin with stretch the core. Now fold, pause on empty, 1, 2, lift up, lean back, stretch the core, contract the core, pause on empty, 1, 2, come back up, release the breath. Now the stay in the stretch. So find the alignment, toes visible over the bent knee, back heel can be adjusted. So we'll bring up the arms, bend the knee, and stretch the core. Shoulders square, hips square, stretching core. Final breath here. Let's release and release. Come back to mountain, check in. Checklist, toes, knees, tailbone, crown, shoulders up, back and down. Check it in. Feel the breath. Mountain, solid, steady, strong and still. Feel the body's reaction to all the work. Breath is just relaxed. Final breath here. So now we'll move to our challenge to the balance. And this one, we're going to lift the leg and feel the core contract to lift the leg. So the muscle that attaches here and moves through, iliopsoas, that's contracting, and it's contracting through the core as we lift the leg. So the balance challenges. So we're lifting on the exhale. Contracting those core muscles on the lift, and then come back. Let's say if we can stay on that side. Can you feel the contraction in the core? Okay, release it out, release it out. Other side, other set, contract the core. Repeat. Moving on, exhale. Let's add the stay. Final breath here. Release, release, release. We're coming back to the knees, so come back down. Knees on the ground. Chakravarkasana. Knees on the ground. Breath stays free. Chakravarkasana. Just take your time with it. Counter pose here just to relax everything that's moving and working. And relax the breath. Slow down the pace if you like. Chakravakasana. Okay, come back to rest. So, in this position, let's feel normal breath, expand and soften. Normal breath, expand and soften. Now contract the core on exhale. Inhale, expand, pull the belly in. Inhale, expand, pull the belly in. Release. So we're going to add this breath movement to the down dog. But first we're going to come into low plank. This is a core strength builder. Forearm to the ground, forearm to the ground, foot back, and stay. Contracting core in the stay. Breath is free. Come to the final breath. Release the knees, release the hands, return to Chakravakasana. Breath is free. So now we're going to come and stay in the down facing dog. So that can be arms forward, hips high, stay, or if it's better for your wrists and back, forearms on the ground, hips high, stay. Either way, we're going to work the core with breath in the stay. So have another breath here. Now press to the down dog, either on the forearms or the hands. Stay here, breath free. Now on the next few exhales, pull the belly in on an exhale. Each exhale, pull the belly in, contracting core. Come to a rest. Drop the knees. Breath free, return to Chakravakasana. So we'll have one more explore in the down dog. We'll be contracting core, pause on empty. So when you're ready, come back to rest. Once more, bring the hips high, head between the elbows. Come to the breath. Pull the belly in, squeeze the breath out, pause on empty, feel it, expand. Pull the belly in, pause on empty, feel it, expand. Now release. Knees to the ground, Chakravakasana. So next we'll be coming onto the belly and stretching core with our Bhujangasana series, finishing with Chakravakasana. Let's come to a rest and come on down onto the ground. Come on down. Arms forward, forehead resting. Breath free. So I keep my chin out for the microphone. Stay here. Just feel the breath. And I ask you to bring your attention to the belly and just feel it against the floor, expanding against the floor on inhale, softening against the floor on exhale. Breath returning to normal pace. Breath returning after all that work in the down dog and the plank. So the body comes back to its resting place. So all of that, the plank and the down facing dog, were all about contracting core. We're going to use Bhujangasana to stretch the core. So let's try it. Press up, peel up, stretch the core. Stay here. Feel it. Okay, come down, bring the forehead to rest. Have a breath. Okay, arms press down, ribs peel up, stretch the core. Stay. Feel it. On the exhale, down, forehead to rest. Have a breath. Press the arms down, peel the ribs up, stretch the core. Stay. Feel it. On the exhale, down. Have a breath. Press the arms, peel up, stretch the core. Stay. Feel it. Exhale down. Have a breath. Here's the final. Press the arms down, peel the ribs up, stretch the core, stay, feel it. Final breaths here. Come on, down, 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 down. Forehead to rest. Breath is free. Forehead to rest. Breath is free. As we feel the belly against the floor, expanding on inhale, softening on exhale. And so I use this term, button the navel to the spine. So on the next exhale, picture button the navel to the spine. It's contracting core. Unbutton, release. Button the navel to the spine, contracting core. Feel it. Unbutton, release. Let's do one more. Button the navel to the spine, contracting core. Unbutton, release. So we're going to use that as we lower the leg. Now let's just take a moment here and feel when you lift the leg, there's a stretch through the thigh and into the core, and bring it down. Try the other one. Lift it up, feel the stretch in the top of the thigh into the core, and bring it down. So we're going to use both of these techniques as we work through Ardha Salabhasana, lifting one leg and then the other. So when we lift up, we're stretching the core, and on the release, we're going to button down and then unbutton. So let's try it. On the left side, lift the leg up, stretch the core, button the navel to the spine, bring it down. Release. Other side. Bring the leg up, stretch the core, button the navel to the spine, bring it down. Unbutton, release. First side. Stretch the core, lift the leg, button the navel to the spine, bring the leg down. Unbutton, breath. Other side. Stretch the core, lift the leg, button the navel to the spine, bring it down. Unbutton. Have a breath. So we'll do another set like that. On the left side, lift the leg, stretch the core, button the navel to the spine, bring the leg down, unbutton, breath. On the right, stretch the leg up, stretch through the core, button the navel to the spine, bring the leg down, unbutton, have a breath. Continuing with our series, left leg, stretch it up, feel a stretch through the core, button the navel to the spine, bring the leg down. When it's down, unbutton, breath. Other side, stretch the core, unbutton it, button, and unbutton, and have a breath. One more set. Lift it up, stretch the core, button the navel to the spine, bring it down. When you're down, unbutton, have a breath. Finishing on the other side, lift it up, stretch the core, button the navel to the spine, bring it down. When it's down, unbutton, and have a breath. Now we're done with that series. Let's roll over onto the back. Come on to the back. Hug up the knees. Hug up the knees, relax the back. Hug up the knees and relax the back. Circle the knees a bit to massage. Increase circulation, release the tension. So all of that work in the back. Now it's stretch. We'll come back to rest, hug it up. Okay, so we're going to leave the legs over, lift up the shins, bring the arms overhead. So now we're going to do a crunch. Going to exhale, hands to one side, inhale back overhead. Exhale, hands to the other side, inhale back overhead. Exhale through the center, inhale overhead. Have a breath. Exhale to the side, inhale overhead. Exhale other side, inhale overhead. Exhale through the center, inhale overhead. Release the arms, release the feet. So that was spinal twist. Now that same twist is in stay. So we're crossing one leg over the other, rolling the knees down. Stretch goes through transverse abdominis and into rectus abdominis, stay. Final breath here. Come back up, uncross. Cross the other way. Knees rolled down, head turns away, transverse abdominis in stretch, rectus abdominis in twist, stay. Final breath, come back up and release. Release and have a breath. So now we're going to come to the side and come back up to sit. So make your way back to sit. Sit on support if you like. It helps to tip the hips forward. So more work for the core. So what we're doing is bringing up the arms. Now we're going to go exhale, 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 back, inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Pause. Have a breath. Let's see if we can do it with the feet lifted. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Nope. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Contracting core. Inhale, up. Contracting core and release. Now bring the hands behind the knees. Hug up the knees. Stretch the back. Feel the whole back stretch as we hug the knees into the chest and the chest into the knees. And the whole back in stretch and the front is in relax. The core is relaxed. Final breath here. Give one more hug and release the arms and release the legs and move forward. Walking the hands down over soft knees, dropping the chin. Stay. Paschimottanasana. Breath free. Breath free, but feel the pace of the breath reacting to all that work with the core. Now the core is completely relaxed. The stretch is in the back of the body. And we are done with our core work for this week. Couple more breaths here, just feeling leg stretch, back stretch. Or final breaths here. Okay, we're releasing and coming onto the back and preparing for guided relaxation. So support under the head, under the knees, or not at all, whatever works for you. We're coming into the body, settling down. Settling to the ground, arms alongside, shoulders adjusting and settling, hips and legs getting comfortable. Whole body letting go. Whole body letting go. Then we take it layers deeper, adjusting focus from the whole body. The focus is now hips and legs. Focus hips and legs, squeeze and tighten hips and legs. Feel it, hips and legs. Let it go, soften hips and legs. Have a breath. Have a breath and come to the shoulders. Shrug the shoulders to the ears, lift the head, stretch through the fingers. Feel it, head down gently. All the rest, let it down. Come to the jaw. Come to the jaw, move and stretch the jaw. And release, stretch the tongue toward the chin. And release, press lips, wrinkle nose, squint, squeeze, feel it. Let it go, let it go. Now we come back through the body, we check back in. We begin with the toes, and we're just softening through arches, heels, and ankles. We're softening calves, shins, knees. We're softening upper legs, hips, and belly. So we feel the whole lower body letting go. And we check in with the spine, where it touches the ground, where it may lift away. We come to the shoulders. Feel the weight of the shoulders, arms, hands heavy down. Now notice how the fingers have softened and relaxed. Softening, relaxing, come to the throat, to the lips, tongue floating, teeth not touching. Cheeks, let them soften, relax. Behind the eyes, soften and relax. Brow and scalp, soften and relax. Whole body letting go. Whole body letting go. Feel the breath. When the body relaxes and the breath relaxes, and then we come a bit deeper, mind and thought. Sounds may come, it happens. If you can stay relaxed, stay. Thought, yes, thought will carry us away. Come back, release that thought, let it go. Return to the body. Come to the body and look deepest. Stay. Stillness, peace, stay. Return to the breath. Return to the breath. Return to movement as we close. Come back to the body. And I hope you keep with you the ease in your body and strength, the balance, the energy, and the peace. Until the next time, I thank you.